I said, what's up, y'all? Look at me when I'm talking to you, bro. Nah, I'm just messing with y'all, man. This your boy Knockout Boxing 86 TV, and we in here. So check this out, bro. Before I get going on our video, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new here, share the video, turn on your notifications, and go follow me on Twitter at KOBoxing86 TV. If you got a breakdown or a prediction you want me to do, knockoutboxing86 at yahoo.com is the email address. And don't forget about our live shows, live every Wednesday night, 7:30 p.m. Central Time, live every Thursday night with the Singing OG KQKC Boxing Network, Sunday mornings at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. But let's get it popping. Let's get into our video. And today, this is the biggest week of the year in boxing, bro. Hands down, and I want to preview it all. We got our picks in. Let's talk about keys to victory, the ramifications of these fights, and we only going over the big fights, right? The main events, the co-main events, things like that. If you want the whole preview and the whole breakdown and predictions, go check out our show from last night. But I want to focus in on a couple of things now that we've had a chance to see weigh-ins and things of that nature. Devin Haney, George Kambosos, right there, let's start. So, before I do that, this weekend alone, we got 2 undisputed fights. We got a unification fight. We got the return of Deontay Wilder. Top contenders such as Jason Maloney and his brother Andrew Maloney. Caleb Plant returning to the ring. Gary Antonio Russell will be in the ring this weekend. Just a plethora and a ton of very good fights. You got high-level women that are working their way up the range, like Carolyn Dubois fighting this weekend. Just fight after fight after fight, nothing but fire, bro. Nothing but fire. So I'm very excited for this weekend. Anytime you have a Deontay Wilder fight, and it's not all the way on the back burner, but something that's like, kind of playing second fiddle to something. Like when Deontay Wilder has a fight coming up, usually it's second fiddle to nothing. Usually other stuff ain't even competing. But it's really, really going to be hard to decide between, do I watch the Haney Kambosos card or do I watch the Deontay Wilder card? Do I hope that Deontay Wilder fight or Robert Helenius? Do I hope that fight ends early so I can watch? Like, it's just so much going on this weekend. I'm telling y'all right now, I'm here for absolutely all of it. There's even another card between Liam Perot and Brock Jarvis that on any other weekend, it would be one of the top 2 cards. But it's the 4th card that you even think about. The cards are so good this weekend. They so stacked that people don't even care about Liam Perot versus Brock Jarvis, which is a big fight over there in Australia at 140 pounds. And it's going to be a great fight. We broke down their fighting styles and kind of how they fight and all that stuff. I'm rocking with Brock Jarvis in that fight. I believe his pressure, I believe his athleticism, his explosiveness will be the difference in that fight. I think Liam Perot is a better outboxer. I think he has better skills than Brock Jarvis, but I don't think his skills are good enough to keep Brock Jarvis from getting that fight where he wants to be. And he wants it on the inside where they bang away. They focus on explosiveness and power and taking different angles, and he's better at that on the inside. Much better inside fighter, in my opinion, than Liam Perot. Liam Perot can fight on the inside, but he likes to grab and shit more and try to get the fight back to a distance. And when you coming in on him, he might catch you with a counter shot or might catch you coming in here and there, but he don't have the power that's going to deter Brock Jarvis from being ultra aggressive in that fight. And so I'm going with the more aggressive, more explosive fighter in that fight. But that would be a big fight. Any other week, it would be a good fight, right? But because of what we got going on this week, it's second fiddle, and the women are turned up. They turned up. I'm telling y'all right now, I'm glad that no other fight card is during the same time as the Bumgarner, Mayer, Shields, Marshall card. Like, I'm glad that they coming on before everybody. They got their own time, and they deserve that shit. They coming on in the afternoon. They'll be done by the evening before Haney and Kambosos card and Deontay Wilder and Robert Helenius card starts. So I'm happy for that. But that card, probably the most anticipated, intense, just one of them fight cards, bro, where it's just like, look, man, if I ain't doing nothing else, you gotta watch Mayer versus Bumgarner, and you gotta watch Shields versus Marshall. Bumgarner and Mayer have been going back and forth like they different members of a gang, and they've been knowing each other since they was in elementary school, and they done already fought 4 or 5 times. Like, they really, really don't like each other. It's a perfect mesh of styles. You got the power counter punching, athleticism, explosiveness of Alicia Baumgartner going against the busy work rate, the high offensive output, and the amateur pedigree in Michaela Mayer. Just, bruh, can't wait for that fight. Cannot wait for that fight. It's one of those fights where I think it's going to be clear either way. I don't think it's going to be a close fight. Their styles go so well together that somebody going to take the shit over. Either Mayer is going to go in there and buzzsaw Baumgartner and catch her and just outwork her and just have Baumgartner looking exhausted and just piecing Baumgartner up, or Baumgartner is going to be countering Michaela Mayer, putting a hurting on her ass and really messing her up in that fight. And somebody going to win clearly, though. I don't think that fight's going to be close. And I picked Baumgartner in that fight. I just think that Michaela Mayer has issues cutting off the ring. Her feet are not good at all. She gets hit with right hands and she gets hit with left hooks and counter shots way too often. Her defense is very subpar in my opinion. I think Baumgartner is better, has more rhythm than Michaela Mayer. I think she fights in a way that Michaela Mayer is not used to, because Baumgartner does not fight like that typical busy work rate, high offensive output that most of the women fight at. She fights at a much more controlled pace, picks her shots much better, is much more accurate, and she has very, very good explosive athletic movements and feet in the ring, and so she can definitely walk Michaela Mayer in the shots, in my opinion. But that fight, probably the most anticipated fight, if it wasn't for Savannah Marshall and Clarissa Shields. If it wasn't for them fighting, then it'd be like that fight that I just mentioned would be the most anticipated. But in this fight, the Clarissa Shields Savannah Marshall rivalry finally comes to a head. We finally get to see once and for all who truly is the best. These are two of the best women in the sport right now. They are two legends in the game in their own right, and finally, man, we get to rewrite a new page in the history book, because all Clarissa Shields can talk about is how that amateur win that Savannah Marshall got on her, that shit don't mean shit. All Savannah Marshall talks about and her team is how she beat Clarissa Shields in the amateurs. Well, they finally get to update their resume. They finally get to update their resume and give us some recent history to talk about. They finally give us some recent history to talk about. You got the boxer, who's elusive, great counter puncher, very defensively sound, can make you look foolish in the ring, but doesn't have power in Clarissa Shields. Then you got the awkwardness, unorthodox style of Savannah Marshall with that power, the best finisher in women's boxing when she gets you hurt. So, barn burner, bro. Barn burner. The return of Deontay Wilder this week, man. Come on, man. Going against Robert Helenius, who just put on 2 demos against Adam Kalnaki. Robert Helenius been in some of the best shape he's been in, looking very fit, big right hand, good jab, mixes the right hand up to the body well, not really fleet of foot at all as most heavyweights are. Then you got Deontay Wilder dropping 24 pounds for this fight. His last fight against Tyson Fury, he came in and weighed 238 pounds. He hit the scales today at 214 pounds. So, I mean, is it good? Is it bad? People are saying that he may be too thin. I was reading an article where it was like he looks too thin for Robert Helenius. They find it alarming that he's weighing 214. I think it's good. I think what it speaks to is that he just focused on being in great shape. He focused on just perfecting his craft, not bulking up, not too much weight, just being himself, just doing what he do. And 215 to 220 is where he has fought the best. Matter of fact, 215 to 225, 214 to 225, that's when, that's when he kind of was really doing his thing. When he started bulking up to 230s, he lost some explosiveness, lost some athleticism, lost some suddenness. The power was still there, but he wasn't hitting harder than he was at 214. He didn't hit harder at 238 than he hit at 220. I would argue that he hits harder because it's more sudden, it's more explosive. He's going to be quicker. He's carrying less weight now, so I can't wait to see how he looks against Robert Helenius. 2 guys with huge knockout power. I got one guarantee and one guarantee only. That fight ain't going the distance. That fight is not going the distance, bro. And I got Wilder in that fight. I just think Helenius being a former sparring partner, Helenius likes to leave his chin in the air. He backs straight back when he's trying to be defensive. He counts on being able to use his height against guys to his defense, but he's not going to be able to do that. When he does those bad habits of pulling straight back, Deontay Wilder is longer and more wiry than him, and that's just going to get you caught at the end of his punch, in my opinion. I feel like by leaning straight back like that, that gives Wilder an even better chance to catch you at the end of one of them right hands. And I said it last night, and I'll say it again here. Deontay Wilder has earned my respect to the point you have to show me that you can take one of his right hands without getting put out. The only person that took his right hand without getting put to sleep was Tyson Fury. And in 3 fights, Tyson Fury still hit the canvas 4 times. He didn't get knocked down at all in the second fight. He got knocked down twice in the first fight. He got knocked down twice in the third fight. So Deontay Wilder has earned my respect to this point in his career where when he's fighting you, you have to show me that you can survive a right hand. The only one that has survived it still went down 4 times. And Tyson Fury was winning every second of the third fight, so he made those 2 knockdowns not even matter because he knocked Deontay Wilder down and stopped him himself in the 11th round. So Helenius, being a former sparring partner, being 38 years old, he is going to have to show me that he can be the second man that Deontay Wilder has ever fought to survive his right hand, because I know he's going to land it. That's the other thing. You got to show me a fight where he don't land his right hand. So I know he's going to land it, and when it lands, it's dynamite. So Helenius going to have to show me. That's where we at with him. He going to have to show me. I got Wilder, and if Helenius going there and beat Wilder, more power to him. Congratulations. No hate, no shade, no none of that. We never try to take this shit too serious, but he going to have to show me. I got Wilder by knockout in that fight. Then last but not least, man, Haney Kambosos, the undisputed champion, Devin Haney, making his first defense of his 135-pound title. We all know the big fight's on the horizon for him. Lomachenko's supposed to be next for him. We see Tank Davis around the corner. Shakur just moved up to 135. Tank and Shakur probably more likely they'll fight Devin Haney at 140. It's probably what will end up happening. But at the very least, we do expect him to fight Lomachenko if he's able to get by Kambosos. And I just want to see. I got Haney in that fight clearly, but for me, I just want to see if Devin is going to show us something different from the first fight. I believe he has a high ring IQ. I believe he's very smart and very cerebral in the ring. And so, with that being said, he should have been able, after 12 rounds of fighting Kambosos, to pick up on some tendencies. He should have been able to pick up on some things that Kambosos does repetitively, his hand speed and his foot movements. And so, he should be able to be a little more aggressive in this fight, not step outside of himself and go for a stoppage. He's not a knockout puncher. If he's picking Kambosos apart and the stoppage comes, then it comes. But let that right hand go a little bit more. Let that left hook go a little bit more. Throw more than 1 punch, 2 punches at a time. And let's see what you got. Let's see what you got. I can't wait for this week, though, man. This is going to be the biggest week of boxing. Y'all be sure to tune in to the show Sunday morning at 9 a.m. Central Time. With me and KQKC, because we're going to break all this down for y'all. Man, go ahead and cut your grass today if you need to cut your grass. Run your errands if you need to run your errands. Because the first card is starting at like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. That's that Liam Perot and Brock Jarvis card. That card going to be good. Then they going to be boxing all damn day on Saturday. And my Texas Longhorns play at 11 a.m. Damn, man, I can't wait till tomorrow. I want to go to sleep right now, so I can just wake up and start watching boxing and football and shit, man. But y'all let me know what y'all think. Comment down below, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, share the video, turn on your notifications, and go follow me on Twitter at KOBoxing86TV. If you got a breakdown or a prediction that you'd like me to do, knockoutboxing86 at yahoo.com is my email address. I appreciate y'all watching. Enjoy the rest of your day. And with that, we out of here. Peace out, y'all.